What you're looking at is a 1977 Chevy step-side long bed. Got a 350 in it. I bought it used about 2 years ago, and it's been sitting in the weeds ever since. If you watch me on Instagram, you might have watched a couple stories with me fixing this bed. I never thought I'd make a video about it, but I had a substantial amount of repairs to do. So in this video, I'm gonna change the dashboard, change the windshield, which was no easy task, and then fix the radiator, change the starter, and fix some transmission lines. So this is only ever going to be a rat rod. I don't see myself getting rid of this beautiful, horribly ugly patina. It's just so nice. It's hard to find them like this. I bought this from a guy in the neighborhood who got it as payment. And word on the street, I don't have any confirmation, is that this belonged to somebody who died in 9/11, and it sat for the last 18 years until I bought it. We got it fixed up. My buddy Mike did a lot of the engine work to get it going, changed the carburetor, fixed the brakes, some electrical work on it. Here I'm going to take it more to the next cosmetic stage. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. Okay, this is a few days earlier back in time. You could see the dashboard is destroyed. Just seeing what's in the bed of the truck. Haven't cleaned this thing out in a long time. It's been sitting over in the weeds, just waiting for me to get to it. The front windshield is broken up pretty good. The dashboard is in major need of replacement. And I bought all the parts from LMC. This is not a promotion for LMC, but it is the one resource to get all these parts. And it's got this horrible custom grille, which looked like it may have been chromed at one point. I don't think it's factory. And you can see the crack in the windshield here. We're going to replace all of this right now. As I'm digging into this car, it's plainly obvious that it's been taken apart and put back together what seems like hundreds of times. Every screw is rounded over. Every screw, it looks like it's been over tightened and then loosened again. In fact, the headlight bezel on screen right had all holes broken through, so the actual Phillips head didn't fit anymore, so they had washers and holes drilled right beside those original holes. And now this is the LMC grill, and I've been avoiding this for a really long time, primarily because I didn't know how it was going to fit in there. I knew that this custom grill that was on it only had minimal attachments. I've looked in there before and noticed that there really wasn't any simple way of just unbolting and then bolting. The original factory grill, the plastic one I'm about to put in, has about 6 screw posts, and none of those screw posts are available underneath what you're looking at. So after some assessment, I realized these two that were holding the rusty metal grill line up with 2 of the holes on the left side and the right side. So here we are. Please take a look in the description of this video. I'm excited to release 200 of my handmade DiResta 6-piece multi-purpose screwdriver sets, and I think they turned out really fantastic. Made here in America. Many of you asked, and yes, they are made in America. 6-piece multi-purpose screwdriver set includes 3 slotted and 3 Phillips head screwdrivers with overall length from 4 inches up to 8.5. The blades are made of chrome moly steel alloy with black oxide finish. While these are still available, please find the link in the description below. Pick up one of these 200 limited edition sets. Thank you very much. Okay, so you can see what I've done here. These are the mounting brackets that probably are original Chevy, right, Art?
I'm guessing so, yeah.
And those bolt holes don't correlate to this anymore. Any bracket that might have been on the original car are gone. So we're just going to tack these little angle irons in place. This wood mimics the distance of the holes that are on the front of the frame, so that I know when we weld these, I'm going to land right on 2 hole sockets, or close thereof, and then I have plenty of wiggle room. So Art's just going to give me a little tack right now.
Little tacky poke.
This is just 3/4 angle. Just going to get tacked to that and then bolt it to that. That's what this is for, it?
Yeah, that'll work. Jimmy doesn't like cleaning paint off though. Just weld it.
It burns off when you weld it.
Yeah.
melts right off.
Yep. You get a hot enough, it will. Get your tungsten.
We're good? You get a good one?
No.
Right. Let's see if this works. Art, wish me luck.
It's gonna fit?
I think so. Oh man.
Hang
In the hole?
Give me the ball. Here, take the socket right out of there. That's better.
All right, I think I have everything except for the front of the stereo. Doing that. And by the way, I like these parts bins I get from Uline. Everything in a project just gets thrown in there. You don't have to worry too much about losing anything. Come on. Oh, mice nests. Is everything in my life just one big mice nest? It's all mice poop. And I took out some screws out of this. Let's see. Ooh. Art, what should I do about this? Mouse rust, mouse pee-pee rust. Should I just leave it?
Scotch-Brite and some trim black. That's what I would do. A little Scotch-Brite, a little trim black.
Is this how you turn back the mileage? Can you do that now?
I'm not going to talk about felonies right now.
Mouse dookie hanging from there.
I'd scuff it and trim black it. Womp womp.
Yeah, baby.
She's a runner.
I think I need a stronger battery. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say.
Stronger battery?
Stronger battery. Or check a ground wire. Check a ground wire.
Sounds good. I got all the screws out of this. It's loose. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Okay. That was easy. Vacuum all that up. If I cared about the radio, I'd change it, but I probably won't. Salem Light 100s. Wonder how old that is. I'm going to have to pull this off of here and put these back into the replacement dash. But you can see how bad. These dashboards are always bad. I don't think it's possible to find one that doesn't have a crack in it somehow. And this one is severely cracked. So I hit a minor setback last night. Every time I went to start this thing, it would chug. It would go yeah, yeah, yeah. And Art was here, and Art was looking while I was starting it, and we realized this is the stud, this is the housing, and it was broken. So the positive cable was making a very loose connection, so when we would start it, it would chug, but not only that, it would glow red like a welder. So we had to remove the starter last night, so I got to go get new connectors for the 2 wires that are attached to this, and a new starter, of course. And while we were down there, we realized the upper transmission line was a crack in it, transmission coolant line, so I'm going to get a splice for that. And that's just to get it to the transmission place so they could put a new transmission coolant line, which is this right here. I don't want to get into that plumbing. I'll let the experts deal with that. But it's off to get a new one of these and try and get it in under the header, which is not easy.
You got a bunch. It's a bunch of extraneous wires here, it looks like.
That's what I'm saying. If you could just go through and make sure you cut the right ones. I mean, obviously that doesn't seem like it goes to anything, but we can get rid of it, because that was probably power to the cabin that was in here. There used to be a camper on the back of this.
Definitely it.
So you can cut that, get rid of all this. Like I said, I would do it, but I'm sure I'd cut the wrong cable. So just get rid of this. We're never going to trailer anything off of this. Get rid of that, and then and then up in here, you see this switch underneath? I don't know what that's for. Unfortunately, I don't have power until we get the starter in, so I don't know if you could just trace the wires and figure it out. We can cut it out later, but if you could just do a little bit of homework on that. It doesn't do anything when I flip it on and off. It could be the cabin for this.
That could be a signal for that, yeah.
So if you
Back signal.
clean that up, that's really, it's got a fuse on it. And then I don't know what all that is there. It might be for the radio. Yeah, that looks like it's all kind of tidied up. We could probably just tuck it up and under, but
yeah, just leave it. I wouldn't screw with
this
that.
thing, get rid of it if we don't need it. Okay, that was connected to the starter. And you can see how hot it just kept melting, melting, melting. We're going to put a new terminal on that, get it prepared for the new starter. So I cut back the housing to expose some clean wire, scraped it, and I have the copper connector just squeeze clamped to the top of the jack, and I just fill the cup with solder, and the solder flows all across the wire, and I have a really nice tight connection. I could also crimp it, but I had the solder there in the torch, and I just filled that cup up with a nice heavy dose of solder. Everything cooled off, and we have a really nice connector that is not going anywhere. Broken transmission coolant line, cracked, so I just broke it off completely. And I'm gonna just splice it from there over to there until I can get a professional to fix it. And the starter goes in here. Let's give it a try. I got the new starters in. I got the electronics connected. This is the cut emission coolant line, and here's another one that's weeping right from here. I was able to figure it out because I keep putting this up and moving it down, and the closer I move it down, it still drips. So it's right here. So I'm going to cut this section out, splice it just with rubber until I can get it over to the repair shop. Same with this one. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. There's my splice. Again, this isn't for permanent. This is just to get me to the station.
Wheels taste great.
Oh yeah, delicious.
That's it. This one goes all the way back to the start right there. And this one was just a jump in the middle. We'll see. Ready to give it a start. New starter. Much better. Supposedly, just pull this thing out of the middle.
Is that the same weather stripping you're going to use again? Or
I got a new one. Grab the other side, see if you can pull it all the way around. We'll try not to destroy it. But pull that. I got it. I could do like I did when I was 18 with Dolly and just punch the shit out of it.
Yeah, that probably would hurt. I always wondered people who punch glass that hurt their hands.
It sure did.
There you go. Starting to pop.
You know what I need?
Crowbar, tire iron, screwdriver. There you go. It's coming now. Let's go. You got enough out. You got it. That's it.
Now,
Yeah, do you put something on there? Or do you pull this out too now?
so this gets replaced too.
Right.
That's what this is. Hopefully. That's what it's supposed to be. But look at this shit. We'll clean that up. Clean that up. Vacuum that. There's the antenna, but I'm not putting the radio back in. I don't care. So this is the new one. It's one continuous loop. Just got to figure out which is the windshield side. Where's the windshield
This
go?
is the windshield side right here.
Where? No, this is the thing we just pulled out.
And is this the windshield?
I don't know.
One of them is. It ain't over here. I don't think.
That hooks up on
This
the
is, yeah, this goes on the outside of your car. This goes on here.
right.
Right? And then the other one bites the glass.
Okay, I've been struggling with this for quite some time, but I realize you need a tool like this to pull you into place. To pull you up and in. It's definitely not easy unless you're a safe light repairman, which I am definitely not. This edge is difficult because it was all rot. This whole bottom edge is all rotted. It's all puckered and split. That's it. My army truck, the windshield was shattered by lightning, and the safe light guy came and he put a new windshield in. I went inside to get him a bottle of water. I came out and he was done. 12, 13 minutes it seemed like it took him to put the damn thing in. I've been at this for at least 45 minutes trying to keep this thing from falling out. So you're going to school on the first one. Ah, that feels nice. One thing unfortunately I had to do is take all the interior trim out so I can get at this. But like I said, I never did it, so how was I to know? But that's easy, it's just a few screws. And then when we're ready to put the window in, it falls in there, and then this pushes back over and locks. Different than the original one where I pulled out the bead. This seems to be an integral bead. It all comes out of the same extrusion. You pull that out and you move that open and you're able to get the glass in there. That should be fun. Do that tomorrow. I got rid of the sharp edge. Now I'm breezing. This is the new window from LMC. See if I don't break it. All right. In my hand. Let's see.
Goes in the first hole, right?
Hopefully it's going to be that easy.
It needs to go to you.
Okay. You coming up over the edge a little bit?
Yeah. Pull it down. You want to try and do one of these jobs?
Yeah, logic tells me I got to try something. Look it up. Go
Pop
over there,
it up.
Pull it out. Now just lay it back down right on the bead that...
I'm like right in the corner.
No, right up. Lay it right so it lives on top of that thing.
Is that the first hole or the second hole?
This is where it's supposed to go.
Push to you.
It's starting to jump in a little bit now. I'll get that from here now. Push down on me with, no, down like this, down and in. Down and in, down and in, yeah. The guy put the new windshield in the green Chevy truck. He was done in like 15 minutes. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. No, I've had 3 or 4 windshields replaced. That happens quickly.
You know, once this, you know the trick, you know the trick. If you don't know the trick, you don't know the trick.
Right. You could look it up on YouTube.
But like the practical mind says it just has to go in.
Is it going?
Yeah. This seam rolls in to lock. That locks that edge. And you can undo it and roll that back. So I'm still figuring this one out. I'm trying to get up and around, so we're getting close. Yeah, it's okay. Locking that into place.
Keep going.
Okay, we got the bead all seated. Now I got to lock it. So we rounded the corners. There it goes. Come on. Come on. There it goes. There it goes.
Pretty amazing, man. That's a tough job.
Oh! Look at that. Wish me luck the last few inches.
Just take your time and think about it. Maybe you got salt in it.
Ah! Locked. We're in. That's it. First time I ever put a windshield in. Success. Did not break it. That was my...
That's a tough job for people who do that every day.
Oh, man. Yeah, alive. What a pain in the ass. Just in time for the rain. Wow, I'm so excited I did this without breaking it. Just conforming it to make sure it's all seated everywhere, just massaging it. I wrestled it in, so now we're completely no silicone, just the pressure of the rubber on the metal and the pressure of the rubber on the windshield. And we just had a major downpour for quite some time, so we're good. Seems good. Next we do the dashboard. That starter is doing me good. Does me real good. It's nice to drive an automatic. All the Chevys I have, all the square bodies are all shifter cars. The smell of rat piss is subsiding slightly, but not enough. There's a little bit of water in here from the cowl, I guess, but it's not coming through the windshield. That's good. We got this droopy headliner. I'm gonna see if I could get lucky. I can spray this up in there with the number 90, get it to stay in there. This throws a nice stream. Yeah. Whoa. This stuff will kill you. Just gotta let it tack up. Okay. That's it. Ceiling staying up. Here goes nothing. I have no idea how I'm going to connect this. I guess I got to go through the glove box. So maybe I'll just get close. I'll only drive when it's sunny and warm. Alright, that's a good start. That's about it. I just got to put the screws up on under. They had these dashboard clips, which I didn't have. The ones that were there were rotted apart. But it doesn't seem like I'll need them because this is towed in so tightly against the rubber seal. There's no way it's going to peel up. All right. Still have to get my screws in there. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Shit. And then that. Oh, I can get it right there. So I can get that from under there. Alright. Okay. I can connect that vent from inside there. Get these screws connected here. Okay, I'm in, but I had to use bigger screws because each one of these holes is punched all the way through from this being removed and put back in by probably 10 other idiots like me. But this is not going to be a blue ribbon restoration, as I often do not get to that quality. And then look at the condition of the interior. It's just so shot. But it's presentable. It's no longer destroyed. The headliner's stuck up. Gonna work on the floors next. Wipers work, but they're missing. It's definitely getting presentable. Very sharp looking car. I really would love to see this car in a brand new condition. That would be nice. These ridiculous graphics are insane.